Live on Meerkat. Hello, Joe Hart. How are you, my friend? Happy holidays, sir. Welcome to Watertown, New York. I'm ChrisStrub. This summer I visited 50 states in 100 days and volunteered with a different youth organization in each state. 50 states, 100 days, 60 youth organizations. 50 states, 100 days, 60 youth organizations. I'm tired just thinking about it. What's up, Sean? 50 states, 100 days, 60 youth organizations. I wore this shirt all summer long. Not this one. That would be kind of disgusting. I've even got the Santa Claus hat on now because we're in the festive spirit. Thank you, Joe Hart. Pop culture, 50 states, 100 days, 60 youth organizations. Hi, Adelet. Hi. Made my way from South Carolina to North Carolina the long way. 50 states, 100 days, 60 youth organizations. And guess what? I wrote a book about it. I wrote a book. It's called 50 States, 100 Days, the book. How creative and original is that? 50 States, 100 Days, the book. It was an incredible U.S. tour. Yes, thank you, Sean. It was a lot of fun. And now you could read all about it. For those of you who did not get a chance to be with me for every single state, which is all of you, you can check out the full adventure, the full entirety of the trip in the book. 50 States, 100 Days, the book. It's available now on Amazon. TeamStrub.com, you click on book, and there you go. You can download it now. 50 States, 100 Days, the book. You can hear all about my adventures around the United States with youth organizations from coast to coast, from Maine to Southern California, from Anchorage to Jacksonville. Boom, boom, boom. Quentin Tarantino is getting his Walk of Fame star today. Are you a fan? Sure. Gotta love Quentin Tarantino. Why not? But super excited to be here. I'm pretty far away from the Walk of Fame. I'm here in Watertown, New York, which ordinarily would be pretty snowy, but you see today. And just a moment ago, there was a 18-wheeler trying to get around the corner, and it was kind of entertaining to watch. I wish I had been streaming when that happened. Hey, girl! Hey, girl, hey! Hey, are you in Arizona? Is that where you are? So this summer I visited 50 states in 100 days. I volunteered with different youth organizations in each state, including Massachusetts, where I worked with the Lowell YMCA, and Arizona, which I did actually visit Travis, and I worked with Youth on Their Own in Tucson, which was a fantastic organization supporting homeless youth and their quest to graduate from high school in Arizona. So those are just two of the 60 youth organizations that I worked with this summer, and now you can read all about it. Can I say Smith? I'm from Kazakhstan. Sure, you can, but I don't know what Smith is. It's airing on walkoffame.com at 2:30. Very cool. Very, very cool. Well, I should be all wrapped up by then. I just wanted to do a quick stream. I was on Facebook Live. I did a Periscope. Now I'm here on Meerkat, because this is where I was all summer. This was my home. This app, this was the summer of Team Strub on Meerkat. 50 states, 100 days, 60 youth organizations. And we were there live all summer long. I am trying to start a book about my last 35 years. Did you use a writing app to create it? No, I wrote it in just Open Office. I actually wrote each chapter in a different file. Like I would write a chapter and then I would start a new file and write a new chapter. And it seemed a little less daunting that way. Instead of writing all the way through, writing one big file, I have like 50 plus different chapters saved on my computer. And then I just combine it all into one file. The idea of publishing was tricky. I don't think I did it perfectly. I don't think I followed all the rules, but I've never been a guy to follow all the rules. I don't think you're supposed to go to 50 states in 100 days either, but I just did that. So got the cover design pretty quickly, sort of self-edited, self-published, because why not? I mean, if no one wanted to buy the story before it was happening, I'm sure no one was going to buy the story afterwards. How long did it take you to write the whole book? I look back, I think I started writing it, like I started the writing process on November 8th. How long is the Travis and Tucson chapter? Very, very long. It's so long. It's so long it's worth $9.99. Friend, can you give your Skype, please? I mean, I'm at ChrisStrub on all channels. At ChrisStrub, I'm very rarely on Skype, but you can have me on Skype if you want. That's fine. I probably won't answer because I'm never on there, but you can find me on Meerkat, Periscope, Facebook Live, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Vine, Untapped, what else? Tumblr. Cool, maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Every journey starts with a first step, right? So what you want to do is you want to set your goals. You want to say, okay, by this weekend, I'm going to write this many chapters. You know, today I'm going to write 3 chapters. And you got to set aside time to do it. Writing is really hard. To me, writing was almost harder than actually traveling. But the idea is to break it up. This is exactly how my trip worked too. I don't think of my trip as a 50-state trip. I think of it as 51-state trips. Like I would go from South Carolina to Georgia and I'd be like, oh, whew, done. And then the next day I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go from Georgia to Florida. Whew, done. You know, and then you just do it 50 times. My chapter was so long it got edited out. Dang. Yes, there's a whole chapter about how ChrisStrub was too much of a wuss to talk to the pretty bartender at whatever place we had lunch at. Quanto! Quanto, long time no see, my friend. How are you? How are things going? Of course, Quanto prefers to be called See You on Top marketer, but during my trip I coined Quanto as his nickname. Keith, I don't think so. I don't know that I mentioned many of my Meerkat meetups because the focus of the book is primarily on the youth organizations. And so I started writing and obviously I had a number of meetups around the country. You are a good speaker, really. Oh, thank you. I had a number of meetups around the country with a number of people that I met strictly through social media. But as I went through and wrote, I really tried to keep the focus on, for example, in Massachusetts, my time at Camp Massapog in Dunstable, Massachusetts. So, for example, the Massachusetts chapter is not about ChrisStrub taking the train in to meet up with pop culture at the Hard Rock Cafe. Although it happened, and I'm thrilled to talk about it, I really tried to keep the focus of the book. And there was a lot, of course, there was a lot to the journey as well about my personal struggles. You know, the times that I spent alone, the times that I was like losing my mind. And some of that is in the book. For example, if you get the book today and you skip forward to the chapter about Las Cruces, which was right before I got to Tucson, I totally melted down there. I lost my mind in New Mexico. I had a really rough go of it. In New Mexico. That was sort of the low point for me. The story of my personal struggle to get through this is sort of inextricable from the tale of all the nonprofits themselves. I remember specifically in Iowa, I was really tired and gassed because I slept in my car the night before. Yeah, Trav says, don't worry, I'm writing a book about you. I think we should all write a book about Pop Culture 27. So, yeah, don't take it personally. For me, the trip was about visiting all of the organizations. And while it was cool to meet so many great Meerkatters and Periscopers, and hopefully I'll get a chance to do even more of that next year, for me, the focus was, and always will be the organizations that I got a chance to work with, including Camp Massapog in Dunstable, Massachusetts, and Youth on Their Own in Tucson, Arizona. So it's great to see you guys. If you haven't already, please consider checking out the book, teamstrub.com. Click on book. You can download the whole thing, as I mentioned before. When you're reading through the book, but I can't get what year proposes to be here because of my English. It is not good, sorry. So what I'm proposing for you is if you want to hear about my entire trip, if you want to hear about all 50 states, you can go on teamstrub.com, click on book, and you can buy the book. And you can read about all 50 U.S. states. All right, Trav. Deuces, buddy. My best of the class, all right? 50 states, 100 days, 60 youth organizations. Shouldn't have smoked that peyote in New Mexico. LOL, just kidding. You know, a fun fact, I've never smoked anything in my life. Never smoked anything in my life. No peyote, no weed, no cigarettes, no nothing. Never smoked a single thing, and pretty proud of that. Pretty proud of that. So 50 states, 100 days, 60 youth organizations. You can get the book now at teamstrub.com. Pop Culture, adios. It's great to see you, buddy. Happy holidays, and I'll see you again soon. 50 states, 100 days, 60 youth organizations. You can get the book now at teamstrub.com, facebook.com/teamstrub, Snapchat @ChrisStrub, add me on Twitter @ChrisStrub, Instagram @ChrisStrub. You can look at pictures, pretty pictures from all 50 states over the course of 100 days. And I will be back on live video again real soon. All right? Peace out.